Good morning, folks. Today is Friday, November 13th. This is the tropical outlook for Roatan weather. We're just waking up now, and so is this Invest 98L, potential storm Iota. This is a 12-hour satellite loop, and you can see overnight the storms kind of died down with the sun going down. But as the sun came up, they fired up again. These are the reds, or the highest cloud tops. It seems that the storm formation right now is on the south side of the storm. The center seems to be somewhere up in here. And there is more of a well-defined center as time goes along. So a lot of experts say we should get a tropical storm Iota declared today by the National Hurricane Center. One of the things you'll notice is that the high clouds out here drifting south a little bit. So there's getting to be some consensus that the weaker this storm is, the more southerly it will go. The stronger it is, the more northerly it will go. So we're going to look at three scenarios. One is a fairly weak storm that comes in near where Eta did. And then the second, and one that kind of seems to be the middle route that a lot of forecasts are calling for, sadly, is for a storm that rides the coast of Honduras and basically does a direct hit on us. And the third is a stronger storm that goes north of us. That would be a best case scenario for Honduras. So we're going to look at the European model. As it comes back around to the beginning, you'll notice it hits very close to where Eta hit. And if I can stop it here and show the strike point of the center of the storm, very close to Puerto Cabezas in Nicaragua. And the wind speeds here is right around 55-60 miles an hour. Now, this reminds me a lot of the model runs I saw before Eta, and it really didn't pick up on the strengthening that Eta did right before landfall that caused it to get up around Category 4 strength. It's possible that's happening again. It's also possible the waters here are a touch cooler, and maybe it won't be the same strength. But in this scenario, you can see the storm goes inland over Honduras and creates a lot of flooding problems on top of what we had last week. The ground is obviously saturated. This would not be good for the mainland of Honduras. Let's go now to the Canadian model. This is the second route we're looking at, the route that goes right over us. And you can see, we'll let it come back around in the loop to the beginning, which is here. And then you can see the center jogging a bit north of the coastline and coming straight over us. And I'll stop it here and look at the timing. Getting to the coast on Monday about midnight our time. And then center moving over Guanaja Monday in the evening, and then around midnight on Tuesday coming straight over us. And of course weakening as it goes to the east, but still bringing us some pretty malevolent winds. A similar prospect is what the GFS holds for us. So again, I'll bring this one back around to the beginning and show its formation. And again, a very similar route, hugging the coastline. I'll stop it and get timing here. So approaching the coast, this one's a little earlier, so this would be Monday around noon. And then getting towards Guanaja Tuesday around noon. So and then by Tuesday evening into the night, it would have dissipated over Belize. So those are kind of worst case scenarios for us, bringing us the most wind. This is the more northerly route. This is the Canadian model, and I'll bring it also around to the beginning. You can see it shows a pretty tight, compact, and strong storm coming to our east and then going towards the Yucatan Peninsula. So obviously this is a best case scenario for the mainland of Honduras, It would give them the least amount of rain and wind damage. Now we would be in this scenario on the west side of the storm and then the south side. The west side in particular can often be the weakest side of the storm. We still probably pick up some decent winds, but this is a prospect perhaps a little bit more to be wished for if you're in Honduras. So this is the ensemble model that the National Hurricane Center uses in its predictions. Some of these pick up on the southerly route, although not as far south as the European model, but you can also see some of the models picking up on this idea it'll go north of us. And you can also see this in the GEPS, many of these showing the storm going a little bit more north of us. A lot of people interested in what our peak winds will be. So this is on the GFS, the storm coming up the coast. You notice this is accumulated wind. So this is the highest wind at any point during the storm predicted. So it shows its strongest here near Puerto Lempira, weakening as it comes east, but still giving us 59-mile-per-hour winds, which is not ideal. The European model gives it a little bit less than that, so because obviously it would come south of us. So this is definitely something to prepare for. If you live somewhere where storm surge will be a problem, have an evacuation plan. If you live in a place where flooding could be a problem, have an evacuation plan, and prepare for the possibility of extended power outage. I think if we get in the 60-mile-per-hour range for real, we could have some structural power damage that could put us out for days. Hopefully not. Hopefully it goes north of us and we have less of an impact. But I always hate it when we're in the middle of possible tracks, because that means that the median track is right over your house. So prepare well and look for something. We'll know more as each day goes by, but we're looking at still a Monday or Tuesday event here in Roatan. All right, have a great day.